Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I wish I were younger again? Maybe you miss the energy of your 40s or the freedom of your 50s. But what if I told you that life after 70 can be some of the most fulfilling, joyful years you've ever experienced? That's right, getting older doesn't mean life gets worse. In fact, for many people, it gets better in ways they never expected. Today, we're going to talk about 6 surprising benefits of aging that most people overlook. These aren't just fluffy, feel-good ideas, they're real, science-backed advantages that come with experience, wisdom, and yes, even a few wrinkles. By the end of this video, I hope you'll see your golden years in a whole new light, and maybe even feel excited about what's ahead. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, how can life possibly be better when my knees ache, my friends are slowing down, and the world feels like it's moving too fast? Well, that's exactly why we're having this conversation. Because sometimes, the best things in life aren't about what you can do, but how you see it. So, let's start with the first big benefit, one that might surprise you. Benefit number 1, you care less about what others think. Remember when you were younger and worried about fitting in? Whether it was keeping up with fashion, saying the right thing at parties, or trying to impress your boss. Well, one of the greatest gifts of aging is that those pressures start to fade. And let me tell you, it's liberating. A study from the University of California found that people over 70 report significantly less stress about social approval compared to younger adults. Why? Because after 7 decades of life, you've earned the right to be yourself. You've seen trends come and go. You've learned that people's opinions don't define you. And that means you can finally wear the bright purple hat, dance like nobody's watching, or say no without guilt, because you know what truly matters to you. Think about it, how much time did we waste in our younger years trying to please others? Now, you get to focus on what makes you happy. And that, my friends, is freedom. Benefit number 2, your relationships get deeper. Now, let's talk about friendships and family. Some people fear getting older because they worry about loneliness, but here's the beautiful truth, the relationships that stick around after 70? Those are the real ones. When you're younger, friendships can feel scattered, you're juggling work, kids, social obligations. But as you age, the people who stay in your life are there because they truly care. No more small talk at office parties. No more pretending to like someone just to keep the peace. Your circle might be smaller, but it's richer. Every conversation has meaning. Every laugh is genuine. And if you've lost touch with old friends, this is the perfect time to reconnect. A simple phone call can reignite decades of memories. And family? Grandkids, adult children, they start seeing you differently, too. They come to you for advice because they value your wisdom. They want to hear your stories. That's a privilege younger people don't have yet. So if you've ever felt overlooked, remember, your role in their lives is more important than ever. Now, before we move on to the next big benefit, I want you to think about something. What's one thing you've stopped worrying about as you've gotten older? Maybe it's something that used to keep you up at night, but now, you just shrug and say, it'll work out. That right there, that's growth. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. You know, there's something incredibly powerful about reaching an age where you finally have permission to focus on what truly lights you up. No more climbing corporate ladders unless you want to. No more rushing through life checking off someone else's idea of success. And that brings us to our next big benefit. Benefit number 3, you have time for the things you actually love. Remember all those hobbies you didn't have time for when you were younger? The painting, the gardening, the woodworking, the travel, whatever it was that got pushed aside for responsibilities? Well, my friend, this is your era of rediscovery. A fascinating study from Stanford University found that people over 70 who engage in creative hobbies or learn new skills report higher life satisfaction than those who don't. Why? Because now, you're not doing things for a paycheck or status, you're doing them purely for joy. Maybe it's finally writing that memoir, or taking piano lessons, or volunteering at an animal shelter. The point is, you get to define what makes your days meaningful. And here's the best part, your brain loves this. Learning new things after 70 actually strengthens neural connections, keeping your mind sharp. So that painting class isn't just fun, it's medicine for your mind. Benefit number 4, your wisdom becomes your superpower. Let me ask you something. If you could go back to your 30-year-old self and give one piece of advice, what would it be? Maybe it'd be about relationships, money, or not sweating the small stuff. Well, guess what? That hard-earned wisdom you just thought of? It's priceless, and it's something only age can give you. Younger people spend years and thousands on therapy and self-help books, trying to figure out what you already know. How to spot a fake friend. When to walk away from drama. What's truly worth worrying about. You've lived through recessions, heartbreaks, surprises, good and bad, and came out wiser each time. That's not just experience, that's a superpower. And here's how to use it, share it. Whether it's with grandkids, friends, or even writing advice online, your perspective matters more than you think. Ever notice how the best stories start with, "back in my day"? That's because your "back in my day" is someone else's roadmap. Now, I've saved 2 of the most surprising benefits for last, including one that might make you rethink what retirement really means. But before we get there, tell me in the comments, what's one hobby or passion you've rediscovered or want to start now that you have more time? I'd love to hear. You know, one of the most beautiful things about this stage of life is that the rules change. Or better yet, you get to make them up as you go. Which brings me to our next game-changing benefit. Benefit number 5, you get to reinvent yourself again and again. Remember when people used to say 50 is the new 30 foot? Well, let me tell you, 70 is the new whatever you want it to be. This might just be the most liberating time of your life to try new things and surprise everyone, especially yourself. Take my friend Martha. At 72, she decided to start a YouTube channel reviewing mystery novels. Never touched a camera before in her life. Fast forward 2 years, she's got 20,000 subscribers and publishers sending her free books. Or my neighbor Jim, who took up ballroom dancing at 75 and just won his first competition. Here's why this matters. Neurologists say trying completely new activities after 70 creates more neural pathways than sticking with familiar routines. It's like giving your brain a fresh coat of paint. So whether it's learning a language, starting a small business, or finally taking that pottery class, this is your time to explore without pressure. And if someone raises an eyebrow, just smile and say, "Watch me." After 7 decades, you've earned the right to write your own script. Benefit number 6, you discover the luxury of slowing down. Now this one might surprise you. In our youth-obsessed culture, we're taught that faster equals better. But here's the secret your younger self couldn't understand. There's profound joy in deceleration. Think about it, when's the last time you truly savored a cup of coffee without rushing? Notice the way sunlight filters through leaves? Had a conversation where no one was glancing at their phone? This unhurried presence is something only time can teach us to appreciate. Researchers at Harvard found that people over 70 who practice slow living, being fully present in daily activities, report higher levels of contentment than their busy middle-aged counterparts. Not because their lives are easier, but because they've mastered the art of attention. So here's my challenge for you today. Pick one ordinary moment, folding laundry, watering plants, sipping tea, and do it with your full focus. Notice textures, smells, sounds. That right there? That's the hidden gift of aging we too often overlook. As we wrap up, I want you to picture something, a tree that's weathered decades of storms yet still stands strong. Its roots run deep. Its branches have stories etched in every knot and groove. That's you. Not despite the years, but because of them. We've covered 6 powerful benefits today, from caring less about opinions to finding joy in slow moments, but they all boil down to one truth. Life after 70 isn't about winding down. It's about living with a richness only experience can bring. So the next time someone implies you're over the hill, smile knowing they haven't discovered the view from where you're standing. The air's clearer here. The priority's simpler. The joy's more profound. Now I'd love to hear which of these benefits resonated most with you. Or maybe you've discovered another silver lining to aging that we didn't mention. Share your thoughts below. Your wisdom might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If this video gave you a new perspective, do me a favor, hit that like button and share it with a friend who needs this reminder. And of course, subscribe for more content celebrating the incredible journey of aging with purpose and joy. Remember, the best chapters aren't always the first ones. Here's to writing yours exactly how you want it. I'll see you in the next video.